Thank you. Welcome back to Scotiabank Pond in Toronto, Ontario. The Great White North. USA versus Canada here in the nightcap of action for both teams. Team Canada Purple 1-0, winning earlier today. Team USA Teal losing to Team Canada Gold by a count of 4-2. Canada Purple won their game, by the way, 5-3 over Team USA Silver. Team USA Teal now going left to right on your screen, and Canada Purple going right to left. As we start the second period, here is Newton, number 11 for Canada. Back to Schrader. Schrader with the shot, deflected down right in front of DeMalo. Castellano clears it out of harm's way. Takes a hit from number 86, Cameron Bombaco. Goes back to the point, the shot. Stick save by DeMalo as he's still on top of his game. Here's Jacob Fritz behind and in the corner. And he passed up to Lo Priori. Lo Priori with the pass out to Michael Formisano, trying to get around Muldoon. Can't do so, but Bernstein there to help. It's back outside the zone, and Canada is able to clear. Inside the zone now, here's the defense of Team USA, number 18, Castellano. Will play it up the ice to Bernstein. Off the skates of Lo Priori. It's loose there. Fritz picks it up. Jacob Fritz across the red line. Now Fritz across the blue into the Canadian zone. The shot saved by Sanjay. And Lo Priori behind the net is cleared out of the way by number 13, Gabriel Schrader. Now Bernstein with the shot, saved by Sanjay. Formisano into the corner, plays it back out to Bernstein. He goes back to the point, and Team Canada picks it up there. Outside the zone, the Canadians will send it down the ice. DeMalo will stick it aside for Castellano. And with 13:38 to go in the second period, Castellano will play it up to Lo Priori. It goes into the bench and out of play, and we have a whistle. And it looks like they may have a penalty here. We'll wait and see what they call. 13:31 to go here in the second period. No score in a very entertaining game between Team Canada Purple and Team USA Teal. Fontaine will take the draw, so no call on it. And we have a face-off just outside of Team USA zone. Here is Trevor Cooper. He sends it up and out, but the Canadians right back in. Dixon gives chases, bounces off the dasher. Now comes out to Shorey. Shorey with 4 goals in the first game. The shot deflected off the skates of Simone, and Fontaine tries to clear. It goes up to Goldstein. Fontaine chases after it, goes back behind the net. Schrader sends it around to number 16, Jim Rosie. Now back to number 12, and that's Schaefer. Fontaine tries to steal it away. Back to the point. There is Shorey. Now over to Cap Nelson. Cap Nelson inside Team USA zone. Cooper on him, right through the crease, and it goes off the far boards. Now the shot deflected down, and here's Goldstein. Picked up by Dixon. Logan Dixon starting to turn on that speed. He sends it all the way down behind the net, takes a weird bounce off the boards, and almost right towards the left post, right in the area of Sanjay. Here is Shorey. Shorey trying to get around Cooper. Good poke check by Trevor Cooper. Sends it back to the point, and it can't be held in as Boucher plays it there. Pass to Cap Nelson, along the near boards. Simone with a hit. Referee's letting everybody play today. We saw that in the first game as well. Here is Simone. And now Goldstein. Goldstein with Fontaine. Goldstein to Fontaine. Fontaine with the shot. Saved by Sanjay. Right hand save. Now on the far boards. Logan Dixon back in front of the Team Canada bench. He'll send it back up the ice. So Fontaine with a nice shot there for Team USA. But Sanjay equals the task. 11:42 to go. Here is Burtonshaw. Burtonshaw in. The shot off the post. Oh, he had DeMalo beat on the far side, but couldn't put it inside the net. It hit right off the inside of the post. So now here's Wimmer the other way. 2-on-1 for Team USA. Wimmer with the shot. He scores! He scores! Right through the 5-hole of Istin Sanjay. And Team USA takes a 1-0 lead. I think Sanjay got a piece of it. He looked down, but the next time he saw the puck was in the back of the net. So right when Canada hits the post and basically beat DeMalo on a shot, it stays out of the net for Canada, but for Team USA, Robert Wimmer buries it into the back. And it's Team USA 1, Team Canada no score. The goal coming with 11:23 to go in the second period. Here's Burtonshaw. Catapano trying to get a piece of it. Now Ouellette trying to get this game tied really quick here. Ouellette goes behind the net. Russo on him. And the pass comes up to Doug. So Robert Wimmer puts Team USA up 1-0. Wimmer's second goal of the tournament. Here's the shot by Burtonshaw. Just wide. Goes along the far boards as Catapano loses his stick. Now, in front, Russo clears it out of the way. Back to the point. Held there now on the face-off circle. Goes back to the point to number 17, Chatwell. Shoots it wide and along the near boards. Negati back behind the net. Here's the shot in to the side. That was number 22, Ouellette. It's underneath the Malo, underneath his left pad. He covers it with a catching glove and no further play. 10:31 to go here in the second period. We are at Scotiabank Pond in Toronto, Ontario. It is Team USA Teal 1, Canada Purple, no score. So Coach Spetz for Team USA sending out a line of Lopriori and Fritz and Bernstein, Formisano, and trying to see the second defenseman there. Oh, that is Castellano. So here comes Bernstein. Sends it into the Canadian zone. Goes into the corner, Noah after it. Taken away by Team Canada. The pass up to Spatafora. Outside the zone, Fritz has to chase. Fritz will send it back out to center ice. Newton steals it away. We have an offside on the play as Spatafora was in by about a half step. Clock down to 10:09 now, second period. And so Team USA, we'll see how they play with a lead. They did not have one in game number one, being down 3-0 and having to climb out of that hole to make it 3-2. And came within inches away of making it 3-3. But they fell to defeat 4-2. So now with a 1-0 lead, we see how they react. Here is Spatafora coming in on Fritz. Along the near boards. Has some help in there as well. Formisano trying to dig it out. Pops up in the air, and there is Schrader. Schrader sends it into the far boards. Now Castellano with it. Joseph Castellano trying to clear the zone. It's still in, and in the skates of Lopriori. He'll flip it back to center ice. Goes all the way down, and now a race between Muldoon, who's got steps on Bernstein. Muldoon with it. Bernstein doggedly on him, though. Formisano trying to poke it free. Can't do so. Here's Muldoon. Over to Spatafora. Spatafora takes a hit from Fritz. Fritz at the red line. Jacob Fritz from the North Jersey Avalanche loses possession over to number 11, Tucker Newton, and Newton will take it behind his own net. If you're just joining us, it's 1-0 Team USA on a goal by Robert Wimmer with 10.5 minutes to go in the second period. We're down to 9:07 remaining. Formisano, the backhand, pass off. Team USA with the shot. That's Lopriori, was knocked down. Now comes back to the point to Castellano. Castellano fires off the glass and goes along the near boards. And now Canada is able to clear the zone. Picked up by Team USA. Here is Jack Fontaine. Fontaine, number 23, into the Canadian zone. Fontaine with a shot, and it goes wide left. Let's see, wide right. Poked outside the zone. Now here is Castellano, sends it in, right back out. Every time the Americans try to break the zone, the Canadians have 3 or 4 men back, just like Team Canada goal. The drop pass to Formisano just out of his reach, and it comes back outside to center ice. Here's Fritz. Fritz with the pass up. Touch pass Castellano, now to Fontaine. Fontaine in front. Fontaine coming in. Flipped it over the crossbar and into the netting and out of play. Well, he had a 2-on-1 with Formisano, but didn't have the angle to pass, so he took the shot, and it went over the crossbar and into the netting and out of play. 8:05 remaining, second period. 1-0 Team USA over Team Canada. It'll be Simone, Fontaine, and Goldstein out there on the line for Team USA. Simone along the far boards will send it all the way in. Takes a strange bounce off those Zamboni doors. And for years I've talked about those and how they can have little crevices in them and the puck just bounces strange ways. You never know where it's going to go. Even here in Canada. Now here is Cap Nelson trying to get around Cooper. Cap Nelson with it along the near boards. Cooper on him. Now Goldstein with it. Over to Cooper. Trying to get around the defense. Being held up behind the American net. Got Nelson with it. Pass out to Schaefer. The shot. Save DeMalo, and he'll hold on as Shorey was waiting on the doorstep. Ben Shorey, who had 4 goals in the first game against USA Silver, wanted to find the score sheet now, but denied by DeMalo, and we have a face-off to the left of the American goalkeeper. Here's Russo on the draw against Shorey. It's won by Team America, but Shorey along the boards. He's got Dixon on him. Comes back to the point. Stolen away. Dixon to Wimmer. Wimmer, the goal scorer so far in this game, as we are halfway through. Here's Cooper. If America can win game number 2, they'll go to a record of 1-1 and be in the hunt for a semifinal berth tomorrow, with 2 preliminary games against Canada White and Canada Red. Here is number 77, Connor Dunn. Knocked off the puck by Shorey. Coming in on Dixon. Dixon holds firm. Shorey looking to pass it across. Can't do so. Off the boards. And there's Wimmer. Pokes it away from number 8, and that is Boucher. Shot in. Off the side of the net. It tickled the twine, but outside of the net. So you can see the reactions from the fans. A little bit excited, but then realizing it was outside the net. Here's Wimmer. Stolen away by Ouellette. In the skates of Russo. Now comes back out. Wimmer has it at center ice. Robert Wimmer's got Connor Dunn trailing. Wimmer coming in. The shot goes wide of the net and played behind by Boucher. Dunn and Wimmer in there fighting for Team USA. It's played out by the Canadians. Burtonshaw with it. And now out to Ouellette. Ouellette coming in on Dixon. Good poke check by Dixon. Ouellette with the backhander off the shoulder of DeMalo, and it goes behind. Here's Burtonshaw back to the point. The shot goes wide. Now picked up by Russo. LJ Russo avoids a hit by Burtonshaw, and the pass over to Dunn. Now Russo will send it all the way around. He wraps it around the boards. Played there by Burtonshaw for Team Canada. 1-0 Team USA over Canada. We've 5:26 to go in the second period. Shot in. Blocker glove save by DeMalo. It's loose in front. And Team USA clears it out of harm's way. Here is Simone over to Bernstein. Noah Bernstein coming in. The shot. Blocker glove saved by Sanjay. Here's Lopriari. It comes in. It's loose in front and cleared out of the way by the Canadian defense. Now Catabano with the cross-ice pass. Comes inside the zone. There's Lopriari off of Simone's stick. Trying to get it back. Burtonshaw will have none of that. Here's Ouellette right in front of the official scores table. Coming in, he's got McGaney with him. Goes into the corner, the shot. DeMalo holds the post. And no further play as he freezes it. 4:44 to go. 1-0 Team USA leads over Team Canada. We're at Scotiabank Pond in Toronto, Ontario. As it looks like DeMalo has a bit of an equipment issue. Speaking with the referee, it's minor. He's got it fixed. Puts his helmet back on. Again, please join us tomorrow morning at 11:45 from Chesswood Arena in Toronto. It'll be Team USA Teal against Team Canada White for the 2010 group. Here's Forbesano clearing the zone. Forbesano coming out with Bernstein. Being chased down. Forbesano with the pass across. Into Bernstein. The shot saved by Sanjay. So Forbesano's pass went over to the centerman and then trickled over to Bernstein. So it hit Lopriari's stick first. Bernstein with the shot, but Sanjay got a piece of that. Here's Catabano. Over to Bernstein. Bernstein trying to break in. Schrader on him. Now Lopriari below. Hawksworth has it right on the bench area. Sends it in. Number 2 for Team Canada, Wyatt Muldoon now. Forbesano after him. Goes along the boards. Number 88, Spatafor, passes it out. Stolen away by Hawksworth. And now goes over to Spatafor. Right in front of Lopriari. He can't play it since he was going back to the bench. It would have been called for too many men. Now here comes Newton. Tucker Newton inside the zone. Goldstein on him. Goes behind the net. Bernstein covering. Along the far boards. Leaves it for number 88, Spatafor. Catabano defending. Trying to tuck it in. Now backhand shot. Knocked down and cleared out by Catabano. And so here's Hawksworth. And he'll flip it down the ice where Schrader picks it up for Team Canada. Formasano with a piece of it there. Goes over to Goldstein, now to the near boards. With 3:17 to go, Captain Nelson trying to play it in. Bernstein steals it away. Here's Noah Bernstein with the pass up to number 11 Goldstein. And we have Bernstein, who's down, is holding his leg. We will keep an eye on that. Shorey behind the net. No whistle as it's in front. And now, as it's put in, but the whistle had already blown. No goal. Bernstein's down, and he's not moving his leg. His right leg, he's dragging it and waiting to see. So the referees let the play out, and Team Canada was in front. And when DeMalo made the initial save, they finally blew the whistle. And then Canada was able to put a backhander in, but it was definitely seconds after the referees had stopped his play. 2:58 to go, and Bernstein is back up, looks to be okay, and that's good to see for Team USA. Face-off to the right of DeMalo. Shorey wins it for Team Canada. Takes a hit, goes back behind, and there is number 16 in the corner, and that is Gemrosi. Here's Fritz. Past Shorey. Sends it up and around, back to the point. Sent back in by number 77, Nathan Page. Into the crease area, back to the point. Deflected down by Simone. Simone tries to play it. It goes to Shorey. Tied up there. Simone back on him. Now Gemrosi to Captain Nelson. Over to Shorey. In the corner. Fritz steals it away. And here comes Team USA. Over the blue line, now over the red. Fritz coming in. Knocks it off the boards and gets shoved off the puck. And the Canadians steal it away. But here's Fontaine. Fontaine in front. Nobody home. And there's Fritz along the far boards. Back to the point. Castellano. Off of the Canadian defenseman. And we have a breakaway here. If Simone can get back, he finally does get back. But here's Shorey. The backhand shot. Couldn't get a good one off. And a right pad save by DeMalo. That's great defense by Simone getting back and avoiding the breakaway. Now slap shot. Fanned on it by number 77. And here comes Simone. The pass to Fontaine. Can't get it there. Now it goes over to Fritz. Jacob Fritz. Good move. Good deke. Comes in. He's got two defensemen on him, so he can't get a clear shot. Back to the point to Simone. Dylan Simone fires off the stick of Burtonshaw. Now along the boards. 1 minute, 26 seconds to go. Goldstein back to Castellano. Castellano skates it up into the corner now to Fontaine behind the net. Jack Fontaine from the Long Island Rebels knocked off the puck. Goes into the far corner. Castellano now. Castellano skates it back to Fritz. Fritz sidesteps one. The shot. Blocker glove save by Sanjay. Now it goes back to Castellano. He goes around the boards. Goes into the near corner. Here's Fritz with it. Jacob Fritz with the shot. Another blocker glove save by Sanjay. Now Fontaine, and it's sent all the way down the ice. And we'll have an icing as Team USA with a sustained offensive push, but can't get that second goal on the board. 45.2 seconds to go in the second period. Team USA 1, Team Canada no score. We are at Scotiabank Pond in Toronto, Ontario for this round-robin action of the PSI AA All-Star Challenge, PSI by Sports Illustrated Prospects. Here's the shot by Wimmer, saved by Sanjay. And it goes along the far boards. Team Canada skates it out across the red line, trying to break into the American zone. And we have an offside on the play as number 22, Zach Ouellette, was just over the blue line and an offside. Less than 30 seconds to go here in the second period. Again, with the rules, if the game remains tied after 3 periods for preliminary action, there is no overtime, no shootout. It will be a tie, and it'll go into the record books as such. Here's the face-off by Russo. McGaney plays it off, and it's sent off the far boards and outside of the American zone. Team Canada regroups. Here is Burtonshaw. Burtonshaw, he's got Wimmer on him. Now over to number 8. The pass across, number 93. Fakes the shot. That is McGaney. Sends it into the corner. Burtonshaw with it with 8 seconds to go. Through the crease, and Trevor Cooper plays it there. Cooper will send it up to Dunn. Now to Wimmer. Wimmer will just toss it in on net. Takes a weird bounce off the ice as it came to Sanjay, but it's slowed up and almost died there. And that'll end the second period. Robert Wimmer puts Team USA in front 1-0, and it stays as such as we head into the third period. Team USA 1, Team Canada no score. We will be back to Scotiabank Pond for third period action right after this.
Let's go, Purple!